Hello, welcome to another Black History Moment, reading from Black Saga. 1651. Black community established according to the Headright system. On July 24th, Anthony Johnson, a black indentured servant who arrived in Jamestown in 1621, was given a grant of 250 acres for importing 5 persons as indentured servants. This system, whereby planters could claim 50 acres of land for each individual brought into the colony, was called the Headright system. Johnson settled on the banks of the Pungoteague River in Northampton County, Virginia. The following year, John Johnson, the son of Anthony, received more than 650 additional acres for importing 13 persons. In 1654, Richard Johnson, a black carpenter, free of his indentured services, received 100 acres for transporting 2 persons to the settlement. Other blacks secured land in different parts of the colony under the Headright system. Benjamin Dole, John Harris, Philip Morgan, and others. The Johnson landholdings in Northampton County amounted to more than 1,000 acres. As many as 16 blacks and 2 whites served as indentured servants there. This settlement constituted one of the first permanent black communities in the American colonies. 1652. Massachusetts requires blacks to serve in militia. Massachusetts passed legislation requiring that all Negroes and Indians from 16 to 60 years of age, inhabitants or servants to the English, be listed and hereby enjoined to attend militia trainings as well as the English. Sometimes permission was granted to an individual of several individuals to bear arms. For example, in 1643, Abraham Pierce, a black man, was listed among men capable of bearing arms in Plymouth Colony. By 1656, however, conditions had changed. In this year, Massachusetts barred blacks and Native Americans from military service because colonists feared these groups would revolt. Slavery limited in Rhode Island. On May 18th, the earliest statute for the suppression of slavery in the colonies was noted in the Rhode Island records. Rhode Island ruled that no black mankind or white should be a slave for more than 10 years or after the age of 24. This legislation became the first colonial law limiting slavery. But, ironically, it was never enforced. Slavery regulated in New Netherland. On May 18th, the Dutch permitted the export of black slaves to the New Netherland colony, where legislation regulated the treatment of slaves by their masters. For example, slaves could be whipped only with the permission of colonial authorities. 1655. Slave sues and wins freedom. Elizabeth Key, a slave since birth, sued for her freedom. Born the daughter of an influential Virginia planter and a slave woman, Key had been sold to Humphrey Higginson, and after a period of 9 years to Colonel John Motron, a county justice of the peace. When Matron died, Key sued for her freedom. Her suit was based on the three arguments. 1. Her father was a free man, and by common law, she inherited her father's condition. 2. She had been baptized, the implication being that a Christian could not be a slave for life. And 3, she had been sold to another planter even after she had served 9 years. Thank you for listening to this Black History Moment.